Hi small business owners, it's Harpreet Singh from Western Law Firm. Today I want to talk about the next phase of the real estate transaction, which is basically you are talking about your conditions. So you have to do your due diligence and you're moving forward with the transaction. You have made your deposit in escrow and now you just begin your due diligence process. You are the main person who can design and structure your due diligence when you have drafted the purchase agreement, because it decided on the buyer what kind of things the buyer want to investigate or want to have in inspection on a certain property. It just depends on the buyer. The seller have to just provide the things whichever the buyer have asked for in the contract. Other than that, the seller had to just sit there and just get the money and just move on. So it's the buyer's game for investigating the property, and it's really important that you have to understand, based on a particular property, how you want to structure your due diligence. If it's a gas station, then you have environmental issues, and also you have other business inspection needs to be done. Just you want to check your market and you want to see if there is some new competition coming in, or if there is some new road project which will begin in future which will affect your business. Or if you're just buying an office, you have to just see that if there is some other office building which is being built, or maybe there is some change in the market that certain industry is moving out. So you have to think about what kind of property it is, and then you want to structure your due diligence based on that. So mostly in commercial property, and mostly if it's rental, so people usually ask rent rolls, then operating statements, and then your tenant leases and Stoffel certificates, and then you have your building inspection done. But when you are putting your conditions in writing, you have to make sure how you are structuring those clauses. Because if you are, suppose, using a pre-printed forms, mostly your broker, or mostly if you are yourself a broker, you are using CAR forms, which are California Association of Realtors form. And mostly those forms and how they structure their condition, or you can call as a contingency. So basically their contingencies, you can put number of days, that for certain number of days I will inspect so and so documents. And so the pre-printed language on those forms does not set off those contingency, or does not remove those contingency automatically when those time periods are off. So that means even if you are up on 30 days, or even if you have 17 days contingency period for a sale inspection or for building inspection, and now you are on your 20th day, that doesn't mean in those kind of form usually that your contingencies are off now. So that's the structure of those forms. And if suppose you are using, or if a seller has presented to a buyer a drafted attorney's agreement, then probably you're looking at a kind of structure of contingencies which will automatically get removed after passage of that particular time. That means if you have mentioned that I will take 15 days for a building inspection, so after 15 days and you just come up with something, or if you have scheduled your own inspection after 15 days, then and you find some kind of a defect, then there is a legal dispute there. And in most of those kind of contracts, the attorneys have mentioned that you should provide us notice during those 15 days if you find any kind of defect. Otherwise you are waiving any right to raise any kind of issues with your inspection after that due diligence period. So you have to make sure what kind of structure your due diligence period have, because it's really important. And because your whole transaction lies on that, it's not the seller's thing to look, and ultimately you are the driver of the transaction. You have to make sure that that you are getting your due diligence properly, and you are inspecting the property and also the marketability and also the revenue which would be coming out from that property, either through a business or through your rental incomes. So if you have any kind of legal issue or want to review a certain purchase agreement, or if you have already been in a purchase agreement, want to review the language of it and try to understand what are your rights and obligations, then let us know. We are here for those kind of issues. And again, you have to just work hard and move forward with your business and just keep watching these videos. Thank you.